I guess I'm the fool. I dream of you, and I don't know what to do. No dreams are through. So I guess I lose around 202 when I see you doing you.
Yo, what's good? Hey, peace to the God, peace to the gods. What's up, famo? All that dialect, all the nigga dialect. The first thing is I have to apologize early. I deleted an episode this morning, episode 8, and have since re-uploaded it. I'm done with that. I mean, listen, it was a moment. I respect Michelle Obama in the most ways. And basically, I had an affair with one of her staffers. And then my meeting with her was prevented because of the things that were going on. The past is the past. It is what it is. The reason I deleted it, though, was because there was some vitriol. There was some kind of like weird negativity that I could hear in my voice. And I got immediately insecure about it. But then I realized, okay, come on. This is the Cupid and the Pitbull podcast. It's the place for the tea. And I can't hide the tea anymore. It's what happened to me. Anyways, I will meet her and probably have her on the show if the momentum continues in the way that it is continuing. Oh, it could get exciting. I mean, what about stories from Oprah? I mean, what about stories from Gayle King? What about stories from Beyonce? Or and then before we even get there, what about stories from all my little friends? Wouldn't those just be entertaining? And truthful. So anyways, welcome to the Cupid and the Pitbull podcast. Happy Memorial Day today. I'm getting ready to go over to the big cookout at the King's. Oh, the King. I'm thinking about showing him these episodes, but I'm kind of scared. Shout out to you, best friend. I'm trying my best to get over it. But I think what's so cool about it is that I'm recording with that tension in mind. And I think it's an opportunity to watch in real time a blooming, a growth, a coming into myself. And hopefully you stay tuned. Today's story is actually a really interesting one. And I want to lead with the fact that it is about security. Security. Not insecurity. Not the lack of security. So I used to run the security team at Paisley Park for Prince. It was just the most interesting job. But years earlier, there was this moment where I went to the Duke's birthday party. It may have been his 50th. I don't know. Oh, the Duke. Wait until you understand about what the Duke does. The Duke is the most powerful of them all. And probably the richest. I went to the birthday party. My spiritual mentor was there. My best friend was there. And a couple other good, cool folk. I get there late because my car ended up dying on the freeway. My car was actually handed down from my spiritual mentor, and we called it Little Wayne. And Little Wayne got me to and fro. Stop and go. It was the most effective little 1991 Honda Accord that I've ever driven. But it broke down finally. I think I was really high that day. That was when I was smoking a lot of weed. So I was just facing blunts all day and making music, living over in North Minneapolis with all the drama. But it was time to go to the Duke's birthday party, and I showed up there with my nice little sweater and jeans and tight jeans. Oh, the jeans were so tight. And I think I had some brown shoes from the K special from why do I forget the name of that store over there in Brooklyn Park with where all the black people go and they get the nice clothes for cheap? What's the name of that? Anyways, I forget about it. But my outfit was John Blaze. Fire. Because it was the Duke's birthday party. So I was on the way there. I hadn't filled up the gas because pothead. I end up calling a friend. I'm late to the party. I walk in and everyone is salsa dancing. And I'm like, oh, this looks so much fun. I'm so sorry that I'm late, you guys. Hey, everybody. What's up? Hey, what's up? And then I decided to get on and cut a rug on the dance floor, only to get a tap on my shoulder from my spiritual mentor. She says, I have someone that I'd like you to meet. Come with me. She takes my hand. We walk to the back of the room. And damn it if it isn't Prince. And I look at him and I look at the spiritual mentor and I say, I'm such a fan. Oh, I love your music. Probably all the things that the man has heard in the past. Now, what was this, back in like 2009 or something? I don't know. But in that moment, the weed started speaking to me. And so did my day, and just so did everything. I had been so tired of not saying what I feel. Get into the fact that it lasted 10 more years. But at the end of the day, this was a moment of clarity and security. I says to Prince, do you want to go salsa dancing? And he looked at me with these eyes like, the fuck did you just say to me? And he said, no, thank you, but it's great to meet you. And I turned around and I left. Now, everybody has Prince stories, but I have the best ones, let's be honest. Later that night, we had a gig over at Arnella's. Say it with me, Arnella's. I used to call it the Gauntlet. Oh, don't bring no bullshit in there. They'll bull you off stage. Don't have no weird, don't be trying to get all deep on stage or, don't abuse the audience. Don't take the audience for granted at Arnella's. And that's where really I used to cut my teeth in terms of performing. Oh, talk about a humbling experience. Do you know what it's like to get booed off stage, or like for even people to come up to you and be like, hey, bro, don't be on stage no more until you get your shit together. Or for the sound man to come up to you and be like, are you ready to hear this? You're hitting flat notes. How does that feel to you? Is that embarrassing? Or get into the fact that when you're in Arnella's, the lights might just come on because there's a shooting and the police are there. But guess what? If you stop performing or you fuck up the song, you're the bigger villain in the venue. Let the criminals go to jail. You weren't able to keep going. So we have the gig at Arnella's. Oh, and it was just so much fun. And we had been working on this song. I'd been working with this guitarist and really had been wanting to get this song right. I think it was the Hal Linton song. Y'all remember Hal Linton? I ran into Hal Linton in New York one time with Carrie Hilson. That's a story for another time. Was so excited to do the Hal Linton song and needed the guitar to be right. had conversations with the guitarist before it was time to play. And so we start the set. The song was maybe 4 songs into the set, from what I remember. And the lights were low, and Arnella's was just this dark, imagine a dark 80s style club. Like, you remember that one club in Coming to America where Eddie Murphy and freaking Arsenio Hall was there, and like it just a smaller version of that. So we're getting ready to get to my song. Oh, and I'm so excited about it. I've been practicing it. I'm ready. The song before, there's a commotion at the entrance. And I look over and I'm like, what's going on? And the big boys come in. The security. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. He's coming. And they clear the way up to the VIP. I remember the VIP was so dope because it was right by the entrance, but you could still see the stage. And that's when he walked in. Prince came up, sat down in the VIP, crossed his legs, and looked at me. And it was time for me to do my little song. So I look at him. I was probably still high. So the paranoia of it all was probably a little overwhelming from what I remember. I may have accidentally pissed my pants, but I don't know. I don't remember the details. Those aren't important. The whole point of this is security. So I gather myself and say, my song is next. I get up there, I start singing it. Damn it if the freaking guitarist didn't kind of mess it up. Now, I loved the guitarist, and I will forever respect him, and he kind of jacked it, though. And I was like, dang. But I kept singing because I was like, who gets this opportunity? I don't know how he's here or why he's here. Really and truly, it's because of my spiritual mentor. She told him to come, and so he came. And so I was there, I was singing. Oh, and I was singing my little ass off. It was when I was first learning kind of how to sing, and I had my little tight sweater on with the little tight jeans, and I must have looked like a damn fool in front of that nigga, man. The hell? But I sang. And then even though the guitarist jacked it up, at the end of the day, I sang the song and I completed it. And people clapped. I didn't get kicked off stage. And they clapped harder. And then they clapped harder. And I walked off stage and I looked over and Prince got up and whisked away. Now, my point here is about security versus insecurity. What's so hard about confidence, and shout out to all y'all performers who have not been able to be on stage. But let's harken back to an earlier episode called Practice. To be secure in yourself and what you do and what you bring to the world and who you are and just what you are and just there's nobody like you. Nobody has your stories. But it takes practice. Because insecurity, if that's not the biggest pain in the ass condition, I would rather have a broken leg than a security complex. But it takes all of us a long time to get through that. And specifically, it takes moments, big moments, where the universe says, do you know who you are? Oh, you don't? Well, let me show you. Let's get into it.
Terrified, just to shut my eye. 'Cause I know when I try, I'll just wait and find. Look to my right, try to think of a reason not to cry. Whoa, I see I'm over there. Fucking I'm like whatever.
Y'all, I'm sorry for trying to delete that episode, and I'm sorry even if it comes across as negative or you sense a little bit too much vitriol in there. It's just that I got mad at that staffer. The staffer created the affair in the first place. We'll get into that story. I can't even wait. No reason why the schedule books needed to be manipulated and I didn't get to have my coffee with Michelle Obama. Kidding me? We could have done more work. But we will. Because I know who I am. Bye.
Whatever.